The knock wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. Just 3 soft taps on the door to my office. Then a man in a charcoal suit stepped in, his grin just wide enough to be rehearsed. "Delivery for you," he said, tossing a thick manila envelope onto my desk. My name was printed on it, typed, neat, final. I knew that font. My wife used it for Christmas cards. Before I opened it, I already knew. 12 years of marriage, 2 children, 3 vacations missed due to deadlines, 5 apologies I never got for the silence in her eyes after the kids went to sleep. I slit the seal with my letter opener. Folded papers, legal headers, bullet points. She was asking for everything. The house, the car, the custody. Her lawyer smiled wider. She also wanted me to tell you, your children don't even want your name anymore. I blinked, once. Then I reached into my drawer, pulled out a second envelope, heavier, sealed tight, no name on the front. I handed it to him without a word. "Deliver this to your client." He took it, confused. I nodded toward the door. By evening, my phone began to burn. Her mother, sobbing, screaming. How could you do this to her? I almost answered. Instead, I poured myself a glass of scotch and waited for the rest of it to unravel. It began 3 months ago. I woke up at 3:17 a.m. Her side of the bed was cold, again. At first, I thought it was insomnia. She said she was stressed. Work, the kids, hormones. But stress doesn't whisper into a phone at midnight. Hormones don't delete entire message threads. I watched from the stairs one night as she giggled softly into her phone, a sound I hadn't heard directed at me in 2 years. She lied, easily, effortlessly. "I was talking to Mom," she said the next morning, stirring coffee, not looking up. Her mother had been dead for 2 years. I nodded, kissed her forehead, and left for work. The coffee burned my tongue. I didn't flinch. Denial is quiet. It doesn't scream. It waits. I became someone else. Not the husband, not the father, something colder. I played the part, smiled, did the dishes, asked about her day. And behind the curtain, I started collecting. A DNA test from our youngest, left casually at the clinic during a routine checkup. Copies of our phone records, hers and mine. She used a second number, prepaid, clumsy. He called her Dove. She called him Safe. Photos followed. Her lunch breaks didn't go to yoga. They went to a condo on 7th and Dyer. She wore the dress I bought her last anniversary. It wasn't for me. Each night I returned home and made dinner, played chess with our son, read bedtime stories to our daughter, and stored the evidence like weapons I'd never draw. Not yet. I wasn't interested in explosions. I wanted implosions. The DNA results arrived on a Tuesday. I didn't read them at first, just stared at the envelope, heavy, like a coffin lid. When I finally opened it, there were numbers, percentages, a line in bold, probability of paternity, 0%. I read it twice, then once more, slower. She came home that night humming, set her keys down, told me about a parent-teacher meeting, laughed at a joke I wasn't in on. I poured her wine, watched her drink, slid the report across the counter. No words. She read it, her face drained of everything but shock. "Michael, Her voice cracked. Tears followed. I watched, unmoved, still. "You already knew," she whispered. I said nothing, but I watched her crack open, and I didn't blink once. When she filed the divorce papers, she didn't know I had everything. She assumed I would beg, plead, fight. Instead, I prepared the envelope. Inside were the lab results, the photos, a timeline. Not for her, for the court. And something else, copies of threatening texts she once sent me during an argument 2 years ago. I never responded, but I saved them. She didn't know I recorded the audio when she screamed in front of our kids. Custody isn't about love. It's about stability, credibility. So when her lawyer gloated, I didn't flinch. I simply handed him the sealed envelope. Let the paper cut do the bleeding. By evening, the storm began. Her mother, her sister, even the other man, texting threats from unknown numbers. And her? She came to my door, mascara bleeding, cheeks raw from crying. I didn't mean for it to get this far. I stared at her. Not with hate, with indifference. You didn't mean for you to lose, I said, and then I closed the door. That was 2 weeks ago. The silence in this house is different now. It isn't cold, it's clean. The kids are here every weekend. They laugh, they ask questions, but never about her. I answer what I can and leave out what they're not ready to know. I'm not angry, not anymore. There's something worse than rage, clarity. She thought betrayal was the end. She didn't realize I needed it to start over, and she handed me the match. Final thought? The next time someone hands you an envelope, make sure you're not the one who sealed your own fate inside it.